Jenny, her name was, he loved her very much. And every weekend he would stroke her and comb her hair, so she was beautiful. But one day she ran away from him, and he ran after her, but she headed up into the mountains, and he was having a hard time keeping up with her. And he was stumbling and tripping and cutting himself and bruised, and finally he was so fed up. He saw her about to leap over a chasm, and he picked up a rock and he threw it. It hit her in the side, and she fell down. Immediately he was smitten with remorse, and he came to Jenny, and he sat by her where she was lying, and he stroked her hair. And it was just becoming dusk, and suddenly when he looked down, Jenny wasn't a goat anymore, she was a young woman. And she stood up, and she took him by the hand, and she said, "Come with me." And so he followed her higher and higher up the mountain. And all the time she was talking to him and laughing to him, but he wasn't sure if he could hear bleating in her words. He wasn't sure if he could not feel a hoof in her hand. And finally they came to the very top of the mountain, and there was a flat place, and the flat place was filled with goats just like you. Fine, fine goats there were. And in the middle of them all was the greatest billy goat of them all. And Jenny led Cadwalader all the way to this billy goat. And she said, "This is the man I want to marry." And the great billy goat looked at him and he said, "This, not much of a man." And suddenly Cadwalader realized what was going on, that he was going to be turned into a goat. And he didn't want to be a goat. He says, "I don't want to be a goat. I don't want to have anything with goats, to do with goats." Well, the great big billy goat was affronted about this. He says, "We are the lords of creation." And with that he lowered his head and he charged at Cadwalader, and he bounced him off the mountain. And Cadwalader went tumbling all the way down, 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 down. And when he woke up the next morning, he had his head in a bush and his feet in a bog, and he was covered with bruises. He staggered all the way home, and after that he decided that he wasn't going to keep goats anymore. He was going to go instead for sheep. And that's why the farmers around here don't have goats like you anymore. They just have sheep. And that's why you, great lords of creation, are free to roam in the mountains and the forests, as you still do to this day.